Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome to the Gaming 4. Today in this Unturned map editor tutorial, I've got another fix for you guys. Now this one is not necessarily your average fix, and this probably doesn't happen to very many people. Today we're focusing on fixing something that can happen inside the dev kit that actually causes your editor to become very laggy. Now, I can't guarantee that if you're having lag in the editor that it's because of what you did in the dev kit, but really this could be one of the things you try to fix it. So the way to create this issue, and the way that you may have accidentally created this issue, is actually in the dev kit. So when you're in the dev kit and you look at your hierarchy, essentially you're able to see everything that you have placed down inside the dev kit. Now in this test world, as you guys can see, all I have is effect volumes and ambience volumes for another video I was doing. But if you go into the type browser and core, and then if you go into the landscape, and if you actually add a landscape to your hierarchy, you'll see that it shows up there. And this is actually the first step for creating your own terrain inside the dev kit. But if you happen to make 2 of these landscapes perhaps, or 3, something you may start to notice is when you're in the dev kit or the normal editor is that it might start getting laggy. So today in this video I'm going to be going over how to actually remove those extra landscapes once you've added them in there. Now first of all, something that you can do right away if you've added those and you catch it is you can undo spawn landscape. So that's one way to actually fix this issue. Alright, so let's say that you've actually saved your map and closed your game and you're going to reopen it. If you go back into your map, you may not have the option to actually undo those additions. As you guys can see in the transactions area, I can't undo it and I still have my 4 landscapes here. So if you're able to catch it within the time that you are working on your map, you should be able to undo it. As long as you don't close your game, you can always go to the transactions and undo those changes. But if you have closed your game, you're pretty much stuck with what you have. There really is no other way to get rid of these. You can't drag them or anything, you can't delete them, you're pretty much just stuck with them. This was the case until I found some information about how to fix it from actually one of our subscribers. So the subscriber I want to give a shout out to, big shout out, is Lucasade. He sent me a message and actually made a YouTube video on how to make this fix as well, but he really wanted me to make this video because, I don't know, I guess he just felt like I would be able to present it better, and I do have the advantage of being able to share with more people. So if you guys want to show him some support, please do. Go check out this video. I'll have his link to the original in the description, and it's just good to share the love and even the information. So I really thank him for giving me this information and bringing it to you guys. So using his help and actually watching his video, it really helped me understand how to get rid of these landscapes and how to get rid of the lag that could be caused by having multiple landscapes. So most of this is going to be happening inside of the file system, and so if you're not already familiar with getting to your Unturned directory, go there now, and we're going to be working in here quite a bit. So what you're going to have to do once you get in here is go to your maps folder and then go to the map that you were working on. For me, it was the map editor tutorials map, and what I suggest doing and what the original video showed is that you make a backup of this and actually make the fix on the backup, which is a really good idea because whenever working in the file system with Unturned, you never know if you might break something, and so it's always good to make constant backups of your maps. So once you're inside this backup folder, what we're going to be focusing on today is the level.hierarchy. If you open it with Notepad++ or even Notepad, you'll see some extra stuff in here. So I've got them both side by side. I would obviously suggest using Notepad++. It's free. I may have the link for that also in the description below. So what's interesting about this file is that it shows everything that you've placed down inside the dev kit. And it actually shows a lot of information about it. It shows the type and what specifically it is, the ambience volume, it shows the coding language that it's been coded in, and a bunch of other information about it, including some IDs, where it's placed in the map, what its rotation is, what its scale is, a lot of extra stuff. And what you can do is you can actually edit this file and custom edit stuff in your map. Now it's obviously not suggested to do so because if you get something wrong you could break your map and you may not be able to work on it, but that's why we make backups of this, and worst comes to worst you can just delete this file and replace it with a new one that's blank, and you'll just have to work on this stuff in your dev kit over again. So what we're looking for inside of this file is the landscapes, and this is where you find it right here. This is what it should look like. I'm just going to be doing everything in Notepad++ at this point. What you're looking for is, if you do have multiple landscapes, you're looking for this line right here. So type space sdg.framework.landscapes.landscape. And so you should have multiple of these inside of your map. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these inside our map. That's how many I placed, and what we're going to be doing today is actually getting rid of these. In Notepad++, you guys might be able to see it has this nice line here that shows the indents. This is going to be really important because in order to get rid of this fully, you need to make sure that you get rid of enough of these curly braces. Now something also, when you start highlighting this, you'll notice that Notepad++ actually highlights the curly braces, and this actually really helps because what you're going to want to do is get rid of each of these sets and everything inside it. In order to get rid of this landscape, all I have to do is delete that, and then it's gone. So once again, I've got 3 of these, I only need 1 of them, and if I only have 1, it should get rid of the lag. So select from the starting bracket all the way to the ending bracket, and then delete it. And then you can get rid of that extra line. It's actually completely optional. You can have extra lines in here, but just for the sake of having the file look nice, it's best to get rid of those as well. Alright, so we're going to get rid of this last one, and at this point we should only have 1 landscape file inside of our dev kit. Now you can scroll through here, you can see a bunch of other stuff about other things. Just make sure you got 1 in here, and then once you're done with that, save the file and exit. Now once we go back into Unturned, we should be able to see that inside the dev kit we only have 1 landscape, and that should get rid of the sources of the lag. So I'm going to jump into my backup file. That's the one we actually performed this fix on. And as you guys can see, as we're flying around here, it looks pretty much normal. Nothing seems broken. Once we get into the hierarchy, we should see that we only have 1 landscape in here, and that's the goal that we want to get to. Hopefully this works for you guys. Once again, this may not be the only reason that you're having lag, but this is definitely one thing to look at and maybe try if you're having lag in the editor. So anyway, I want to give one last shout out to Lucasade. Please go check out his original video if you're interested. I definitely want to give him some of the credit and the support because he is the one that showed me this fix in the first place. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe if you want to see some more. I will see you all later.